You're listening to the Nichole Banks Podcast, episode 107, How to Build Trust Again After a Bad Divorce. Welcome to the Nichole Banks Podcast, where divorced women heal, grow, and find new love and dare to begin thriving. I'm Nichole, your divorce recovery coach and happy hour queen. If you're a Gen Xer ready to shake things up, level up, and have some fun, you're in the right place. Buckle up. We're getting into today's episode starting now. Well, hello, and of course, welcome back to the Nichole Banks Podcast, your favorite spot for healing, heartache, and happiness after divorce. Right? Okay, right. If you're new to the show, welcome. I'm so thrilled you are here. If you are my regular listeners, thank you for continuing to hold the space and listening. I appreciate you. I am your host, Nichole Banks, twice divorced, happily in love, and here to remind you that you're not stuck. You're not broken or doomed to be single forever. Nope, you're just getting started, and I'm here to help you thrive. Today, we're diving into something a lot of you have been asking about. How do you rebuild trust after a bad divorce? I know, after everything you've been through, trusting again can feel like asking a cat to take a bath. Basically, impossible. But I promise you, with the right steps, it is totally doable. Okay? And spoiler alert, if you're thinking, okay, that's all fine and good, but what about trusting other people? How do I open my heart to someone new after the mess of a past relationship? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Stick around because I'll dive into all the juicy detail of how to start trusting again, not just in yourself, but in others too. You can get there. I believe in you. So let us do this. Let us start with the basics, okay? Why does trust feel so hard after divorce? Isn't that a great question? Because if you really think about it, it's not because you're bad at relationships. It's because trust gets shattered when someone you gave everything to totally lets you down. See what I mean? You gave trust. You built trust. You encouraged trust. Your love was built on trust, et cetera, et cetera. Then you got shattered and that person let you down. You've been hurt. And now every time you think about trusting someone again, your heart gives you a big, oh, hell no. But here is the thing. You've got more power than you think. The person you need to trust again is yourself. Let me repeat that. Here we go. The person you need to trust again is yourself. And once you start building that up, the rest will follow. So whether you're trying to rebuild trust in yourself or in someone else, know this. It's possible. It's safe. And you're so much stronger than you know. And by the end of this episode, I'm going to share a bunch of simple tips to get you started. Plus, if you want to learn how to trust others after all that baggage from your ex, make sure to check out the following episode of my podcast where I dive into all the steps you need to take to let your guard down without letting it all fall apart. It's such a great one, and it's coming up next. All right, let's break it down. How do we rebuild trust in ourselves first? Here are my top tips. Number 1, trust your gut again. Remember that little voice in your head that used to tell you, this doesn't feel right. It's still there. You need to listen to it. Start by trusting yourself in small decisions. What to wear, what you eat, who you text back. Every time you listen to that voice, you're flexing your trust muscle. Okay? Number 2, baby steps, people. Baby steps. Look, you don't have to jump into a relationship head first right away. Do I recommend it? Oh, I'm going to say, hell no, I do not. You don't have to make someone your one and only after one coffee. Trust is built over time. Start by taking little steps with people, new friends, acquaintances, or even coworkers. And if you have heard this podcast before, you know I'm big about actions and words matching. It is not just the words. He can say, hey, let's get together this weekend, and there's no action behind it. That's a huge yellow flag. That's a cautionary flag. We're giving him the benefit of the doubt. If he's got a great reasoning for not calling you or for not reaching out, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt the first time. But when he says, I'm calling you Wednesday at 5, your phone better be ringing Wednesday at 5. And if he's running late without courtesy, I always say, OMG, you know you're going to be running late, usually 10 to 15 minutes prior to running late. It's called common courtesy. How do you build trust? Watch for actions, not just words. Make sure that they align. Here's a really big kicker for this: consistently align. You with me on that? So again, he calls you Wednesday at 5, the phone rings, all is good. But then he says, I'll call you Saturday. You don't hear anything. On Tuesday, he reaches out going, hey, what's up? With no reasoning for not calling on Saturday. Okay, huge yellow flag. If it happens again, that's a hard boundary. I really respect my time and I respect yours as well. If you can't give me the common courtesy that you're, following up with what you were saying you're going to do, then that's a hard boundary for me and I need to move on. Thank you, though. It's as simple as that. And if he has attitude, girl, you just dodged a bullet. Okay, so tip number 3, I need you to remember this. You ready? Okay, get ready. So, whatever you're doing, if you're multitasking, come back to me. I need you to remember this. Just because one person let you down doesn't mean the next person will. Trust is like a clean slate. So stop projecting your ex's mistakes onto everyone new you meet. Trust others based on their own actions, not the past. Isn't that the golden rule? Do you not love that? See, you have to remember your ex is not the blueprint. I don't care how long you were together with him. I don't care if it's 5 years, 15 years, 25 years, 30 years. He is not the blueprint. Tip number 4. Here's where I get real with you. Trust isn't something you hand out like free samples at Costco. It's earned. So watch how people show up for you. Do they keep their promises? Are they dependable? This is how trust is built. Not in big gestures, but in small, consistent ones. That's key right there. Small, consistent ones. Remember what I just said? Words and actions have to consistently match. We love that. All right. Okay, I've got a little story for you. After my second divorce, I went on a first date that felt way too soon. And trust me, it was one of those that I can't believe this is happening moments, right? This guy, bless his heart, asked if I wanted to split the bill because his ex took all his money. Yeah, red flag much? Guess what? I walked away from that date feeling proud. Why? Because I trusted myself enough to spot the red flags. And that, ladies, is what rebuilding trust looks like. Having the guts to walk away when something doesn't feel right. And let's talk about boundaries for a moment. Boundaries are your best friend, especially when it comes to rebuilding trust. If you're not clear on your limits, how can you expect someone else to respect them? So, set boundaries is an essential part of rebuilding trust. I hope you understand that, especially with new people. It's not about being defensive, it's about being protective of your heart, your well being, right? Mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, if need be. It's about protecting your well being. When you know your boundaries, you can trust yourself to enforce them and protect your energy. And that, my friend, is a huge part of learning to trust again. Setting boundaries just doesn't help you protect your peace. It also shows you how much you're worth. And trust me, once you start setting boundaries in your life, whether it's with your ex, your new friends, or a potential love interest, you'll feel like a whole new person. The key here is remembering that your needs, emotions, and peace of mind matter. Boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges to healthier relationships, and they help rebuild the trust you're seeking. I'm also here to tell you that it's okay to celebrate the little wins when it comes to trust. Why? Because you deserve that. Do you trust yourself to say no to a toxic situation? A huge win. Hello? Did you open up to a friend and share something real? Hashtag another win. Trust doesn't have to be grand gestures. It's about the small, everyday steps you take to heal and rebuild. Who? You, yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else but you. Okay? And I absolutely love this. You cannot heal in the same place that you were broken. Did you hear me? You cannot heal in the same place that you were broken. Healing means moving forward. Continue to take those small steps every day to heal and rebuild. All right, let's wrap this up with some real talk. Rebuilding trust isn't easy. I know this to be true. And it's not a quick fix. But I promise you, it's totally worth it. You don't have to jump into a new relationship right away. And if you are, I would love for you to stop. I would love for you to take the Are You Ready to Find Love Again quiz on my website. Find out if you're ready to jump in. It's really simple, 5 quick questions, and you're going to get personalized results. Head to my website /quiz. So it's NicholeBanks.com/quiz. Take it less than 2 minutes and you get some amazing results. Then do some assessment on how you are dating. So start by trusting yourself first. And as you rebuild that inner trust, you'll find that it becomes easier to trust the people around you. Slowly, but surely. You've already been through so much. And I know this journey isn't always pretty. It's not. It's extremely messy. But you are stronger than you think. Remember, you're stronger, wiser, and more capable than you give yourself credit for. So here's my challenge for you this week. Take one step toward rebuilding trust. It could be as simple as being honest with a friend, trusting yourself to try something new, or even letting yourself imagine a future where love doesn't hurt. Trust me, pun intended, you're worth it. You have got this, girl. I am here cheering you on every step of the way. And thanks again for hanging out with me today on the Nichole Banks podcast. If you love this episode, don't forget to share it with a friend who could use some encouragement. And if you're ready to take this journey even further, check out my courses and the Dare to Begin membership at NicholeBanks.com, because I'm all about helping you put the healing you hear in these episodes into real, actionable steps. Until next time, remember, you're a warrior. And this is just the beginning of your second act. Keep daring to begin, my friends. That's a wrap for today's episode. I hope you're feeling as refreshed as a spiked lemonade on a hot day. If you love what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and spread the love. Want to go deeper? Check out my courses, women's retreats, and the Dare to Begin membership, where we put everything we've learned into action. NicholeBanks.com. Don't forget, I spell my name with an H. NicholeBanks.com. Until next time, keep leveling up and dare to begin.